Good afternoon, evening, everybody. I wrote a little message on Facebook to tell you that I didn't do my broadcast at 4 o'clock because I got busy and forgot that I was supposed to do it. And I've been talking about it all day. So I had people here and I'll tell you about a little bit about the Field Fest that they're having here in Bluefield, Virginia this afternoon and evening. But I had some people here, and after I talked to my boss, and he said I could go ahead and do the broadcast, maybe not make it quite as long as I usually do, and I couldn't stop doing what I was doing with the people who were here to start. I'm extremely sorry, and I hope some of you anyway will happen to pass by and stop to listen to me. I'm not going to talk as long as I usually do. But I just want to tell you about the Field Fest. This will be the last one for this summer. They just do it in June, July, and August. And they start at 6 and they go to 9. They have vendors all over town. We had to move our cars away from the visitor center, so there would be places for them to set up in front of our building and sort of to the side of it. We're preparing for our grand opening tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. So we've sort of spruced up things a little bit. I came down early this morning because I was supposed to come in late since I was going to work late, and groomed with my son Jim's help the flower beds so that they look a little better than they did. And well, they look a whole lot better than they did. And David was sure that he had all the pictures that we have on the walls here labeled with identification, like where they are, because there's some beautiful scenic pictures on the walls of our visitor center. I hope many of you will stop by tomorrow at the grand opening. We've been here since the 15th of May. Remember, we moved on the 15th of May, and so that's been 3 months, almost 3 months. And we're just now having our grand opening, but we really want to show off our place because we're very pleased with it, and we'd love to have you come by anytime you get a chance, but particularly tomorrow. If you'd like to come by and see us, we'd sure love to have you. Now, the Field Fest, I tried to talk them into renaming it because when they first told me about it, I couldn't remember what they were calling it, and so I was calling it the Fun Fest. And so when they finally made me remember that it was the Field Fest, I said, well, we ought to add fun to it. There'd be 3 F's, Fun Field Fest or Field Fun Fest. But they thought that was too much of a tongue twister, so they left it like they had it in the beginning at Field Fest. I don't think there's very many people here yet, but I was just telling one of the vendors who was in this building with me and was concerned that there hadn't been anybody coming to her where she set up, that last time they did it in July, it was that way until probably getting close to 6:30. It had rained that afternoon, and I guess people maybe were a little bit afraid that the weather was going to be bad, so they didn't start coming, but there wound up being a real good crowd. So we can hope for that for them again today. I want to take you out on the porch and show you our porch furniture that's there, just in case you don't get to come by tomorrow. We got all new porch furniture, and I bought a flower today and put it on our table, and it looks really pretty, I think. But anyway, I want to show you our furniture, and I'm gonna turn around right here so you can see my rocking chair. See that? There you go. This chair we bought when we first opened the visitor center behind the Sanders house on October the 3rd, 2003. And we bought it because we thought we could tell our people that we're in a little cottage with a rocking chair on the porch, and we'd love to have you come and see us and rock in our rocking chair and enjoy our mountain. East River Mountain was our mountain. You know, we were right at the base of East River Mountain at the other place. Hello, David. Anyway, I still miss that place out there too. I really do. We were there 14 years. I think I've told you that before. But I'm going to take you out on the porch and show you that furniture. And also, I'm getting old. No, let's not say that. But when I have been seated for any length of time and start to get up, it takes my knees a while to for the impulse to get to them that says, you need to get up. I'm going to show you the end of the office where I sit with our new magazine racks. We get a lot of brochures now that are the size of magazines. Some of them are really, really nice. And so I'm going to show you that before I take you out on the porch. Okay, I hope you can see. You're going to see, you saw the brochure racks, but now I hope you see our magazine racks. We have two, and then one of our display stands is right between them, and then you're looking outside. And I want to show you David's magazine. Excuse me. I'm getting worse. This is our map station. How about that? We're not completely finished with it yet, but doesn't that look nice? David got this piece of furniture from somewhere and took the insides of it out and made us a place to put our maps so that people, when they come and ask for a map, we can just direct them to this and they can find whatever kind of map we have for them to take. And then the drawers below it makes a place for us to store our maps. So I'm real proud of David for doing this. He got a piece of plyboard and stained it and fixed it with the holders, and I think he did a real good job. And then I'm going to go back up and go back around again like I was, and I'm going over here to the picture I told you about. I'm hoping you can see this. I don't really know whether you can see it or not well, but I wanted you, this is a picture that was made the day we opened the visitor center in 2003. And if you look closely, you'll see me there sort of in the background. And what makes me sad is that some of the people who are in this picture are no longer living. Some of them are not well at all, and some of them have left the area. But I'm still here. In the front there, in the red, is Ms. Irma Webb, who was the president of the Historical Society for many years, and one of my very favorite people in the whole world. Irma is still living. She's in her 90s, and she's not an invalid, but she's pretty much has to stay at home. And see, she's just cut the ribbon for our opening. And there's our pumpkins and our mums that we had there that day. It's a very different building from the one we're in now. But like I have told people before, it served us well for 14 years. So we certainly don't want to say anything bad about it. Now, I'm going to walk down to where the door is to go outside. This room that I'm in is a big, long room and narrow. And this is the end opposite from where I am based. This is our trails part of our tourism. And we have a place back there where people can have their picture made with that four-wheeler and so on. And we have a TV that runs constantly and shows events as well as the trails. So I'm going to walk out on the porch now so I can show you. We're going to go through the door. We have an alarm. Isn't that wonderful? We can tell when anybody comes up to the door. Okay, now, can you see that big, long row of rocking chairs? Aren't they wonderful? I hope I have it on, have the camera on them like it should be. That's on one end of our. You can see that vendors are set up. You know what? The kettle corn's not here. That's making me very unhappy. I hope they'll come. Because that's my favorite thing. Okay, now we're going down to the other end of the porch. You can see there's another rocking chair. And then there's our table. Nice. There's 4 chairs around. And believe me, they're all very comfortable to sit in. We're really proud of this. You see the stone that's around, or the simulated stone, that's around the bottom of our building? And the furniture matches that. If you look right there in the window, you can see my little BB. Can you see him?